Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this evening. What evening is it? Wednesday evening, mashallah, in June. It is a pleasure to host you. My name is Dr. Shaza Khan. I'm the Executive Director of the Islamic Schools League of America, and I'm meeting many of you for the first time. It seems, I feel like there's some new names here, definitely names that I've also seen many times before, so it's really nice to meet you all. I know that you all don't have a lot of time, and we've got a lot of material to cover. Or you do have time. We all have the same amount of time. You just have a lot of things to do. And also, you might be finally on summer break and you deserve to just chill. Um, so, congratulations for making it through your school year and already thinking about the next school year, mashallah. It is really an honor to partner with ICNA Relief. The Islamic Schools League of America is the host of this event today, but ICNA Relief is the organization that is providing the grants. And they partnered with ISLA because, well, we service Islamic school educators like yourself, and that is our main mission. And also because there were some challenges that they faced in the receipt of applications, and then in other portions after people had been awarded the grant, in documenting the impact of it. So here we are partnering with ICNA Relief to help you all write more successful grant applications, inshallah. And once you receive the grant, inshallah, to help you be able to document the impact of it so that ICNA Relief can continue to grow this program and inshallah be able to offer more grants as well. But for those of you who are joining us for the first time, and this is your first ISLA event that you're attending, I would like you to know a little bit about our organization. We are a nonprofit that actually started 25 years ago, mashallah. Sister Karen Keyworth and Judy Umri were the co-founders, and Sister Karen Keyworth was the executive director from its founding until she passed away now 6 years ago. May Allah be pleased with her and accept from her this as a sadaqah jariyah and everybody who supports it. At this time, we have about 300 full-time Islamic schools in our registry. It's one of the things ISLA has done, is compiled all of the information about full-time Islamic schools around the United States. We're involved in a major effort to revamp, renew, and update all of that information. And so that people who are looking for Islamic schools can find it, whether they're researchers, parents, or staff, people who want to find a new school to work at, like maybe yourself. So, so we hope that directory serves many useful purposes. We also engage in research on Islamic schools and Islamic education. We recently published an article on Islamic school alumni and what do they have to say about their experience in Islamic schools. I feel like it's really important to center those voices. And then we do things like this, like professional development and other kind of resource generating opportunities, whether that's financial resources or curricular resources. And I invite you to learn more about ISLA. Since you signed up for this, you will be receiving emails from us about events and products and services that we think would be of interest to you. If that bothers you, you're always welcome to unsubscribe. But we think that we provide, inshallah, value add for our Islamic school educators and leaders, hopefully for the ultimate benefit of our students, inshallah. So to get into why we're here, the Empower Grant, I want to share with you, first of all, our agenda today is to review the Empower Grant basics, basically the eligibility and application details. So while these are basics, this will probably take about 10 minutes to do. We did talk a little bit about this in the info session that we hosted a month ago. So if you attended that and you don't need the refresher, you can go and, make yourself a cup of green tea or something. I don't know. And then after that, we'll get into a few different products and services that teachers can use the grant on. These are 100% suggestions. You don't have to do it. We do have wonderful partners, corporate members who we really work with and partner with because we feel like they are adding so much value to our Islamic schools. I've actually invited Muslim Kids TV, somebody from there, Brother Asad, to talk about Muslim Kids TV and a special offer that they're giving for you guys, especially because of this Empower Grant. And then after that kind of like, if you will, 5 to 7 minute pitch or suggestions of different products and services that we're aware of, we want to then break you up into different breakout rooms so that you can talk with different individuals about what you're thinking about in terms of your grant application. Because, and I'll get to this, what they're really looking for are some innovative and creative ways to be using these $2,000 that each grant applicant is able to apply for. So just really briefly, the Empower Grant was established in 2020 by ICNA Relief. It provides up to $2,000. So you could write a grant for 1,000 or 1,090 or 500, whatever, right? But the maximum is 2,000. It supports materials for implementing innovative projects and programs in classrooms and even outside, as long as it's enriching the students' lives, and be used to purchase materials, technology, or resources. Okay, so if you're not one of these people, then have a great night. Good night. You don't need to stay. But the eligibility requirements are that you are a teacher of pre-K through 8th grade in the United States. So if you're joining us from somewhere else, I'm sorry, unfortunately right now, this is not for you. If you're a high school teacher and, this is not for you. If you teach, middle school and high school, well, then write your application just for the middle school grades, right? So that's the parameters of the grant. It is for teachers in public and private schools. So if you're all from Islamic schools, wonderful, ahlan wa sahlan. But if you know people in public schools, that feel free to share this with them. They don't have to be Muslim to apply, and you don't have to be teaching in an Islamic school. And this also does include weekend Islamic schools. And you could be teaching any subject: PE, health, English, Islamic studies, Arabic, anything, as long as you're teaching those grades. Important dates: this application just opened yesterday, and subhanAllah, already when I was talking to Dr. Saima, who directs this program, she was in the afternoon today, she told me that there's already 30 open applications. So like people have started writing them. And that's despite there being a technical glitch yesterday in their program. So like, it closes on July 20th, but also, or when the money runs out. So here's the thing, you want to apply early, inshallah, okay? So we'll get into that. Here are the application details. It asks for your contact information, school information. You have to give a summary of what you intend to use the grant on. I can share, and actually at the info session, we shared an actual application that won last year. So if you haven't seen that, when you guys are in breakout rooms, I'll find the link to the recording and share it with you guys in the chat. It doesn't have to be a YouTube video, it just has to be a 90-minute video. So it could be a TikTok video or whatever. It has to be on a cloud, on somewhere where you can like link it. And then there are certain file uploads that you have to have. You must provide your legal name. You have to upload a W-9, which you all are employees, so you know that a W-9 includes your social security number. But also you need to include the picture of the social security card as well. And I know that that seems like a redundancy. I did ask ICNA Relief, why are they asking for a social security card picture too? Because like at my household, we keep it in our bank safety deposit box. We don't just like have it. But they require it in terms of their internal financial policies. They require a picture of the social security card. What happened, this has probably been the biggest issue in previous year applications. People don't have the picture of their social security card, and they have all the other grant application information and documents, and you can't submit the form unless if you filled out all of the required elements. So they'll just upload something else to that spot. And then they'll email the picture of the social security card. That is not allowed. You have to upload all of the required documents correctly to the application, and you may not email ICNA Relief any of these required elements. First of all, it's not secure. Email is not secure. The ICNA Relief application portal is secure. So secondly, it's not part of their grant application process. So whenever you're applying for a grant, you need to follow the requirements to the T. Otherwise, you're making yourself ineligible. Now, you might have the best video, the best letter of recommendation, everything. If you didn't do it right, then you don't get it, right? So you get taken out of the pool right away. And I think that this year there's going to be a lot of really superb applications. And one of the easiest ways to vet and like reduce the number of applications, like to reduce the workload for a grantor, is to get rid of all of the applications that aren't meeting the requirements. So please don't do that. Submit everything correctly. Now, what is really important to understand also is that if you, inshallah, when you receive the grant money is written in your name. And this is why they require W-9, because you will receive a 1099 tax document if you are an awardee, because the funds are counted as taxable income on your federal tax return. So if that's a problem for you, don't apply, right? But typically $2,000 won't take someone up a tax bracket, but you know, if it does in your case, then you know, think about that. So that is something that's really, really important. Let me just look at the chat. I'm sorry that I wasn't looking at Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so we're gonna talk about administrators only if you are teaching a classroom too. So I had a principal reach out to me. They have a very small school and the principal also teaches a pre-K through 8th grade class or a few of them. So she can only write the grant application for those grades that she teaches for. Okay, so Brother Rashid, I hope that that answers the question. Yes, the grant application is open yesterday. I just stated that. So the evaluation criteria is, so first of all, the applications will be evaluated by a panel of experts as the applications are coming in. Criteria are meaningful instruction on students inside into the classroom. You get, it's graded out of a point scale of 30, total 30 points. So you want to try and get 30 points. Impactful and innovative experience. So this is where like a little bit of creativity is important. A letter of recommendation from your school administrator counts very heavily. So if you are a principal who also teaches and you're going to apply, just to Brother Rashid's question, you would need to ask your board member, somebody above you, to write the letter of recommendation. It's been available since 2020, Christine, and they intend to continue to do it. I'll be answering the question of how many are available in just a minute. And then you create the 30 to 120 second video. People have asked in the past, like, do we have to be in the video? You don't have to be in the video, but you have to create a video. In the video, you want to supplement and reinforce, maybe share your enthusiasm, something, right? This is an opportunity for you to make your really stand out. The letter that we sent last year, the video of the winning applicant, whom we highlighted at the info session, that teacher had just, she used TikTok and she learned how to use TikTok just to do this. And then she created video clips that were easy to put together on the TikTok application. And she was explaining what she would spend the money on. And she shared like the video of the Amazon screen that she was sharing, like, okay, this is, you know, this thing would create flexible seating for my students and such and such. So, okay, there is more information on ignorelief.org. Okay, I'm gonna give a few tips here now. So these are the do's and don'ts. These are the different criteria, right? Clarity and feasibility, complete application, and impact and innovation. So clearly articulate the goals, activities, and expected outcomes from the materials, services, and products that you're expecting, that you're asking to spend the money on. But also be, like, this is the feasibility part, be realistic, right? Be realistic with your timeline and your budget. Don't be really vague, right? So this is the don't part. Don't have like your thoughts all over the place. Be organized. And definitely demonstrate a well thought out plan of how you expect to intend to use the money on the things that you're saying you're going to spend it on. Again, include all of the correct and required documents for the application. Don't upload a picture of, you know, your license, your driver's license, to the portion application where it says So security card, which is what people did. Dr. Simon was telling me, like people were putting different, and then they emailed her, don't do that. You're not gonna, you'll get taken out. And you can't even submit the application, all of the elements of the application filled out. Do include initiatives that bring about substantial improvement and introduce novel approaches to teaching and learning. And especially this year, because it's going to be so competitive, like, you know, you need to stand out in some ways. So inshallah, that's why we're here together today, actually. So we're here to, I'm here to help you, inshallah, and we're here to help each other. Again, applications are on a first come, first served basis, so apply early. I want to share a tip that I've learned. So for example, one of the things that could be a major hindrance could be that letter of recommendation from the principal, right? Because you don't have control over your principal. I suggest you contact your principal tonight if you're intending to do this, if you haven't already. Let him or her know that this is a portion of this is a part of your grant application that you're excited to do because you want to enhance the school and the impact of the students, make it something that the principal really wants to support you in. And then write out maybe a draft or some points for the principal to incorporate in their letter of recommendation. So you might say, you know, Dr. Layla, I'm filling out this application. I need you to write a letter of recommendation. You know, I'm just providing this draft for you. You can use it, modify it, but I need it, if possible. I would suggest you ask them as soon as possible, which everybody hates, you know, when somebody asks for that, but you might want to give them a specific date. And in your draft letter, you might write a few unique qualities about you. You know, Sara has been a teacher at the school for 5 years. She's demonstrated unique teaching style and strategy. Her application is for a subscription to Muslim Kids TV for her classroom. I know that she's going to use it in a way that truly enhances and takes the learning to the next level, and, you know, so on and so forth. So you could write that kind of like a draft thing for them. Approximately 50 grants will be awarded. They have $100,000 budgeted for this. And Dr. Simon and I were talking about, because I think that there's going to be more than 50 amazing grant applications submitted. If there are, you know, we don't know. We're gonna brainstorm and figure out how we can try and get more funding. We might have to go to major donors, and I'm saying IGNOR Relief will have to go to major donors and ask for more support. But this is all like totally, you know, we don't know if that's going to happen. What we do know is they have $100,000 to award for this. So, you know, it is competitive. So you can't purchase the supplies before the grant award. You will be providing receipts. You will also have to provide, I don't have a slide on this. What are the things, if you get the award, you have to provide receipts and like documenting like how you used the grant money. And it should obviously align with the way that you wrote it in the application. And ISLA is going to be working with you to ensure that you also take pictures to document impact, because inshallah next year we want to increase the number of grants that are awarded, and donors will look for impact statements. And ISLA will also be publicizing, in addition to IGNOR Relief, publicizing the winners of the IGNOR Relief Empower Grant, inshallah. So we'd like to celebrate you, amazing things you do in your classroom, inshallah. Okay, so the school can't keep the award. Even actually one other point, like the check is written to you as the teacher. If you leave the school, technically you can take the materials that you purchased with you. Like this is actually something that's come up before, where a teacher left the school. We had bought like a laptop with the Empower Grant, and the principal asked if the teacher was allowed to take it, and the answer from IGNOR Relief was yes, the money is to the teacher, so the teacher can take the materials when, you know, she or he leaves. Okay. All right, so high school teachers and administrator teams are not eligible, except for that small caveat about administrators who are teaching. Yeah, the slides and information will be available to reread. Yeah, inshallah, by tomorrow evening, we'll send this to you. Yeah, we will also be, can past winners, yeah, apply again? Yes, you can apply again. We're recording this, so we're gonna send inshallah an email with the recording and resources by inshallah by tomorrow evening. But take notes right now because you probably want to start working on it. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna pause before I pass the mic over to Asad. Asad, I'm gonna make you co-host. Asad's with Muslim Kids TV and he's joining us. So do you have any questions about the material that I've shared?
I don't.
I'm a teacher, so we are supposed to wait 7 seconds before we jump in.
I thought I counted. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you this, so I'm still sitting here quiet.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
I have a question.
Yes, Christine.
So you mentioned a couple times like an info session, but I just kind of heard about this a few days ago, so I wasn't on the information session. Is there like a video you said of the
Yeah, let me actually find
someone
it
who
right now.
won?
While Asad's talking, since I don't need a screen share when Asad's talking,
Yeah.
I will find some key links and paste it in the chat, Asad, if you don't mind.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right, so at this point, we'll just at least introduce. Asad is here with us, and so we're going to take the next. Asad will take 5 minutes, and then I'll share from a couple of other people how you can use potentially you can consider using your grant applications to really. By the way, if I can just add in like my little vouching for this, Muslim Kids TV, mashallah, is really a phenomenal platform. And so I've been looking at it. My 6-year-old has vetted it and said she loves it. That's the most honest way. So Asad, Assalamu alaikum, thank you for joining us.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you, Dr. Shaza. Really appreciate it. Great presentation. I just want to get started. Bismillahi wa salatu wa rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A'udhu billahi shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Just get to share my screen over here. Okay, perfect. So can everybody see this? Yes? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So
Yes, we can.
thank you, I appreciate it. Muslim Kids TV, I only have 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go pretty quick because we have a lot to show you. Is a platform with 8,000 plus videos and 3,000 plus ebooks for kids ages 2 to 12. We're a company of 70 employees where we produce 40% of the content that is on our platform. So alhamdulillah, you can see some of the content here. There's videos, games, books. There's lots that's available on it. And we have a lot of content from Islamic studies, STEM, language, arts, and more. And it's all for kids ages 4 to 12. Everything here is oriented in an Islamic manner. So everything's going in that direction. Alhamdulillah, our content's approved by scholars and trusted by teachers worldwide, endorsed by religious community leaders, like Sheikh Omar Suleiman, I'm sure you've heard of him, Dr. Dalia Mujahid. We have a huge list in the corner over here. Alhamdulillah, if you like take a picture of it or see someone that you recognize. It is Kids Safe Seal Program certified. So we do monitor everything, all the content that is on it to make sure that it is safe for children to consume. And we'll get more into that soon. So teachers first, we value our teachers first. This is usually a retail type program, but now we're moving into the schools market. So alhamdulillah, we're recently going into it. So we're developing some new sides of our platform for teachers and students only. You will maybe recognize some of these books or you might have seen some of this stuff, but it is the largest library of Islamic digital content for children. So this is all for you. It's all accessible for you. You can see my screen. We also have a matrix that we can provide to any teachers looking to use the program with all the different series that are uploaded over here, the games, and including the ebooks. So we have lots of ebooks. You can look through them and you can try and see if there's anything that you're looking for that you might be interested in presenting to your classroom. I'll just show you the platform. I think it's like the easiest way of showing everybody what it's all about, just because there's a lot of questions. So this is the teacher's dashboard. Let me just pull it up. This one right here. So this is fairly new. We just started developing this recently. Well, we're almost done developing it now. And some of it is in beta right now. But for example, this would be your class list over here for the students that's in your class. And then you could assign different projects. So for example, we have 8,000 plus videos that you can look through for anything that you're looking for specifically. We have so many videos, even with live TV that's going on now for early years, kids and tweens. For example, our history, Omar ibn Said. This is something that we developed, that we produced in-house. You just click on the video. And then for a teacher, you will see this little button over here, click assign. You select the class, you might have multiple classes over here. Click MKTV, select the students. So us, it's a little behind on learning about Omar ibn Said. So I'm gonna individually assign it only to him. And I want him to complete it from this day to this day. Okay, assigned. So now us, it's gonna see this tomorrow for it's on the 22nd. We also have games. So I might be able to teach them something, 5 pillars of Islam, Zakat calculator. There's a lot to go through, you can see. And this platform, sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier, is available on all smart devices and smart TVs as well. And then we have all these ebooks that are available, so you can pick anything. And we usually get this question for reading a language if we have any Arabic content. So you can filter by Arabic as well, and you can find any book that you're looking for to assign. So for example, reading a language for emotions. Okay, so there's a lot that's available. We have the Quran side of the app as well, and I'll show you some more features soon. But on the student side, there's a record feature. So the student can recite the ayah of the Quran and record themselves reciting it. And then the teacher will receive a notification of the student completing their recording, and they can review it later. So for example, you have some recordings over here that you can play back. Just I'm talking though, so a little embarrassing. And then we have a comic book creator as well. So this is like a unique feature where you can create your own comic and share it amongst other students. So there's a lot that's available. We have some school challenges. We have a lot to view. And then we have a blog where you can look through different features that are available. And just for the last part, I just want to show you some of the resources. So for the teachers that are using this platform, we have a certain tab for resources. Resources that you might have uploaded for your own school over here. We don't have a school. Our MKTV. So for example, parents law for children, names of Allah coloring. Other schools can upload their own like workbooks or anything that they want to upload, any resource type printables, activities, parenting, teaching tips, ebooks. It's all available over here. And then you have your own files that you might have uploaded here as well. So it's a way to share between your entire school, see what Muslim Kids TV has uploaded and other schools as well. And we have dedicated people that are working on our curriculum right now, utilizing all of our resources, and inshallah khair should be completed by July. And then I just want to show you quickly the teacher's dashboard. So this is not live yet, but it is almost completed right now in testing phase. So we're just looking for little bugs right now. So that's why you won't see it on our platform, but you can track the progress of different students over here. So how much time is spent on videos, games, ebooks, comics, Quran, everything's available over here. Student accounts, how they're grouped up, your favorite content here as well. As a teacher, you can, this is the in-app view. So if you're using it on your mobile device, you would see it like this. As a student, then you could individually view the students. We're in Santiago, weekly videos, ebooks, games, comics, Quran, hours spent, overall progress. And these are the ebooks. Okay, remainder, missed, active, completed for what he's done so far. And then this is what it would look like for an individual student view to your teacher's dashboard. Okay, and then now for the student view here. So we call everything missions. So when a student logs in, they'll be able to see right here this week's missions. So for example, they've been assigned these videos to watch, and they receive experience points for completing those videos, and they can level up. So for example, I have to watch this video over here for 10 experience points. Sorry, just a little slow. My internet's not the best right now, but beautiful stories from the Quran. And then as soon as I complete the video, it'll update and it'll say the mission is completed. So I have to complete the video. Some of the ebooks also have tests at the end of the ebook for you to complete. So some of them have them. We're still adding more. So for example, gentleness. So take the quiz. Okay, how do we gauge gentleness? Words and actions, behavior. Okay, so we got it wrong. Words and actions. Okay, is the quality being kind and careful? Gentleness. Okay, so I didn't receive any experience points because it's not assigned to me as a student, but if you were a student and it was assigned, you can do something about it. You can receive experience points. And then these are some of the comics that people have uploaded. So for example, my Dean contest, we have a few contests that we have. The Good Rich Man, this is a comic that someone had made. It has 20 views. Very, very easy to make. So once there's a rich man, looks like a little incomplete. Some of them are a little more popular than this, but alhamdulillah, we have a lot of content that is available.
And
And then for the
mashallah, Brother Asad, actually what I want to ask you to do is if you'd like to stay on, you can stay on and people can join a breakout room with you. But I do want to move along. I would like you before we go into, I have 2 other slides of suggested content or materials, not even suggested, just to share with you guys. But Asad, could you please share the pricing again? This is special pricing that Muslim Kids TV came up with just to make this like easier for Islamic schools, especially knowing that this awesome Empower grant is available.
Yes. So thank you, Dr. Shaza. Sorry. So usually this costs around $80 a year for retail, or $10 a month. So for students for different schools, you provide it for $20 a year. We're just trying to get it to all the Islamic schools as fast as possible to get to as many communities that we can reach. So what we're providing now for the grant, because we work closely with ICNA Relief, we made a magazine with them as well. So alhamdulillah, we're working very closely with them. We would do this whole program for $2,000. If you apply for the grant, you get the full amount and you give us the full 2,000. We would provide Muslim Kids TV for your entire school. So not just for your one classroom, but for every single student in your entire school and all teachers as well for that one amount of $2,000. Or because I know some of you are thinking, I need some other supplies for my classroom. For $500, if you were to allocate that much of the grant, we provide it for your entire classroom and a few of your teachers, just for that part of the grant for $500. So there's those 2 options that are available for what you're looking for. But if you do go for the full 2,000, again, it is for all students in your school, no matter how many students are there. We just need the money to support our infrastructure. Our platform would crash if you had too many people logging at once. So thank you so much. I appreciate it,
Okay.
Dr. Shaza. I think
Thanks,
that's
Asad.
everything.
Thank you so much, Asad. Really appreciate it. And you are welcome to respond, to drop your email address in the chat so that people can reach out to you if they have any more questions. I see Fatima, for example, has a question. So these are the options that Brother Asad was talking about. There's also Atlasia Kids magazine, which I've also received. It is a phenomenal magazine that has so many different educational components. I know we're always looking to like improve our libraries at Islamic schools. So a 1-year subscription for 12 magazines is $69 US, and the teacher's manual, if you're a teacher, is free of charge. There's bulk, purchasing and stuff like that too for schools, discounts. So if that is something that interests you, check out Atlasia Kids magazine. Learning Roots is another corporate member that, mashallah, has this amazing product. They have a lot of amazing products. Kitab is one of them, which helps students learn how to read from Qaida to Quran. And they also have like really great, discount programs for you. I know my screen share just stopped. That's because I am going to, so the Kitab pen is $80. Here, I'm gonna copy and paste it into this. Okay, and so that's part of the Kitab pen. Mashallah, there's actually one other link that I want to place. If you'd like to learn more about Kitab or other resources at Learning Roots, which mashallah, again, is a really phenomenal, they have so many amazing products, and so you can use this grant for all of these things. I want to share before I break you guys up, and or you choose to break up into different groups, or we can keep talking together, whatever you'd like. I want to really quickly The form is not accessible. Okay, Asad, I think that's for you. All right, so here is the grant application. That grant application that you're gonna do is gonna be online, right? Actually, that's a link that I haven't shared with you yet. Silly me. So this was someone's winning grant application, and we removed her first name, last name, address, etc. This is all the contact info that you have to provide. You have to provide the school name, district name, if you know, like if it's a full-time Islamic school and located within a school district, school's principal and website, the phone number, and then age, ethnicity. Again, I removed these things. All of these items are required for anybody who's applying. And then you provide your executive summary. So she explained she's a new English teacher in 5th grade. Her classroom's a blank slate. She wants to prepare a classroom environment. I really liked how she also used some kind of like data to enhance what she's saying, to describe the problem community need. She said only 17% of general education teachers feel well prepared to teach students with mild to moderate learning disabilities. So she provided really like good data to back this up. The main factor that gives many teachers pause in effective teaching is lack of skill to teach variable learners. She explains how she's, wanting to create an inclusive space. And then she, mashallah, provided a lot of different really good information. So then she explains the current classroom objectives for her, and then the project timeline. The requested amount was $1,960. And the detailed project budget. So 5 to 7 seating. And then, as I mentioned in her video, which I've placed in the chat, she goes through and shares like, the Amazon kind of screenshots of sharing exactly what the seating is and the rug is and all of that. And then she had to upload her video. She made it in TikTok and then I guess uploaded to YouTube. Okay. So that is it actually. Yeah. So that's it. Now we can, I was thinking we could break up, we could go into breakout rooms and brainstorm different creative ways that you intend or want to use the grant monies, because that's really what ICNA Relief is looking for. One other thing actually I didn't include in the tips that I was told was that it is really, they do really like that if they, I guess it stands out if you are saying that you're going to spend money on products and services or products that would last beyond just like one classroom, like they're not all consumables. So furniture might be a good kind of like long-standing thing. Anyways, guys, I've talked a lot. I want to pause to ask you if you have any questions. And if in the chat, you could just write, are you interested in the breakout rooms? I'll still do it. I'm wondering if you're interested. If you're not interested, you can leave. Any questions?
So is this latest link, the form link, is that for the application form or is that for the?
No, that's us sharing it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The application link should be, this is so silly that I didn't, I have it in this presentation. I just didn't think about putting that out there. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so it should be on this ICNARelief.org back to school grants. You should be able to navigate to it from here. Yeah, we can all stay together in one big group, Tamala. We like to stay together. We can. I mean, I felt like maybe more creative discussion could occur. Okay. What other questions do you guys have just about the grant generally?
I have a question.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My
Walaikum
question is, how can, I'm an online teacher for an Islamic school. Can I do this as well?
Yeah, you can. So something like Muslim Kids TV or, other products and services, maybe you need a laptop for teaching. Maybe you need a nice ring. I don't have it. What is it called? The ring lighting in the background to make you look all professional. Maybe you need some services, some apps. Yeah, absolutely. Amina.
Just okay. Thank you very much.
What? Yeah. Who else has a question?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Umida.
Just my computer was frozen and I didn't see the application, the one you slided, like the.
I just put it in the chat. Umida, did you see it in the chat? Here, let me navigate to it and see what's going on here. Did anybody go to it? You find it? Here.
I was able to find it.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Christine.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yes, is the grant money just for the materials that you showed, or could it be for a variety of things? Say for instance, like science kits.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's a wonderful idea to spend it on science kits because
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to just identify which science kits you would want it, how would it meet the objectives, what are the creative ways? And I think that's a wonderful one because it's something you can easily take pictures of and show that and document how you used it and how excited the kids were to use those, science materials and engage in hands-on learning. Wonderful idea, sister.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Sumaya. Sadika.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm good, alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Okay, I am a Montessori teacher and I teach age 3 to 6, preschool, pre-K, and kindergarten. My classroom currently has, I'm looking forward for this grant. I'm teaching in Islamic school, as the funds are limited. My classroom has shelves, which is the blocks and the wooden planks, which is, I feel it very unsafe and need to be a proper shelves. Trying to bring it, but still we are lacking. And the other thing I'm looking for a computer. So I was thinking if I were eligible for that, I'm able to, because at this age, I have so many things to show them sometimes. But everything is not possible on a small phone, especially when you are teaching kindergarten. Science stuff, and there's amazing short movies are, online, you can show them.
Yeah.
Probably, and, vision to see other things out of just a simple lesson in the classroom. So I have a question, what is the timeline? Because my classroom, like you are talking about one and a half minute long movie where you can show what you do, or I would like to show the classroom, and my classrooms usually are very, very beautiful.
Assalamu alaikum. My name.
So my classroom is currently completely closed for summer. So how soon you are expecting application?
That's a good question, Sadika. Yeah, I forgot to include that in the slide deck. I recall that Ignore Relief told me that the grants will be reviewed and announcements would be made. I want to say by August 5th or maybe the second week of August. And then after that, they would disperse the funds.
Oh, so this is basically it's like the month of July, probably we have to do something.
Oh, no, Sadika. Yeah, you want to submit it now because the funds are going to be distributed to strong applications as the applications come in. Do not wait till July 20th is the cutoff date for the application. But if they disperse all the funds before that, if they disperse all the funds by July 4th, you don't have a chance.
Oh, okay.
For this
Got it.
year.
So there's a very short time actually.
It is short timing, but mashallah, people are already applying. We've been talking about this and advertising it for a while.
Oh, okay.
So you do want to try and get your thing in. And Sister Muslimatu, I see your hand raised. I want to just quickly share. Can you guys hear this?
My name is Majella, and I'm a new 5th grade ELA reading
hear it?
teacher. Today,
Thank
I'm
you so
applying
much.
for the ICNA Empower Grant so that I can get supplies and materials for my very bare classroom, and so that I can get materials for the many variable learners that I have in my class. The budget that I made for my classroom includes flexible seating that helps children to maintain focus and encourages comfort, especially during long lessons. Tables and many sizes so that we can have small group collaboration, a teacher workstation so that I can work one-on-one with students who need it, and comfortable rugs. The budget also includes shelves so that I could build a classroom library, and shelves used for storage and organization. Tablets and keyboards will be used so that children can have access to technology to create projects. It'll also be used for children who are visual and auditory learners. My class also has room for whiteboards so that kids can get creative in their writing skills. And the rest of the budget will be used to purchase resources for teaching, as well as other miscellaneous items that every teacher needs in order to fully set up an environment.
Can you
for
guys
students-
hear that, by the way?
Yes, I can hear. Yeah. I can
Okay,
hear it.
good. Thanks. That's what I was like, because
No problem.
Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you guys so you kind of get a sense of like what she was applying for. Yes, winning applications were also for things like Science Kids, for books in the library, which she also included in her application. Other creative things, in addition to what we've already shared. Anybody have any other ideas? Come on, teachers.
Hello, I don't know if you can see me, but my name is Fatima Wallace. I teach at a small private school in Central Ohio. And I am actually at a computer science conference now, but I teach like STEM and computer science. And I just am looking at maybe getting like robotics or a 3D printer for our
That's so
school.
cool. Yes.
So we can kind of enhance their technology and make sure that, it's keeping up with, kind of the schools around us and what they have available and making sure that we're competitive so students have those opportunities.
Fatima, that's a wonderful grant application, like narrative right there. Yes, yes, yes. Very creative, very innovative. Totally, I think you could probably add in like a link about why STEM is so important right now and how future careers are dependent on, foundational knowledge related to STEM. Yes.
Yes, and like I know, like, I do data dives with some of these things, but like there's so many, computer science related jobs in Ohio, but not, there's so many, but there's a gap in the people trained to do those types of things. So that's like a huge thing with our student being able to fill those gaps, I think is important.
Awesome. I love it. You've got an amazing grant application. Write it up like this weekend.
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah, Fatima. Yes, Muslimatu.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Oh, I thought someone else was speaking. I'm sorry. I think that the video sort of answers some of my questions because in my mind, when you were speaking, I thought I had to actually show something in the classroom, how I was going to use it. And with school being closed, I didn't see the feasibility in that. But after seeing the video and following up on that, special ed is my heart. So I would be, asking for something that we could use to differentiate since we do not officially in most of our Islamic schools have that type of department. So she answered my questions when I saw how she used the different websites and, what do you call it? spots to be able to buy her products and things from. I do like the fact that she does not have a traditional classroom though, with the seating and everything. That's
Yeah.
also very cool.
She joined us at the info session, which I did paste the link to the info session in the chat. Let me just find it again. So she joined and she told us about, like, the kids loved that flexible seating area. It was a real hit. And so, you know, that's the kind of stuff then that we want to share when you receive the grant. We want to share, you know, we want to document that, so that we can gather the impact of the grant monies, inshallah. That deadline, somebody asked me, what's the deadline for the application? The deadline is July 20th, but there's only $100,000 already fundraised or budgeted for this. And as applications come in, they will be reviewed. And strong applications that get like all of the marks, right? Out of 30 will most likely, this is the process that was explained to me from ICNA Relief, that, you know, they will be dispersed. The funds will be dispersed, given out, awarded to people almost kind of on a first come, first serve basis, provided you've done a strong application. So don't wait till July 20th, because already people are applying and we're really pushing hard about this. So a lot of people know about it. There were over 150 people registered for today's session. So even though they're not here, they know about the grant.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
So I just had a question about filling out the form.
Mhm.
Is it something you should, can you like save it as you go and fill it out over a few days?
Good
Or do you have
question,
to
Christine.
prepare everything ahead of time and enter it in one sitting?
Really good question. Thank you for asking that. I understand that the form can be filled out and then, you know, it will save and you can return to it later. That feature was ruined, it was messed up yesterday, and Dr. Simon told me it's been fixed as of today. So
Thank you.
I would say, Christine, can you try it out just a little and make sure it's working?
Okay.
You know, like a lot of different elements. And one thing I always do, I don't trust the save and return. Even Google Docs, like
Yeah.
copy paste and put it on a Word doc too. You know, this
Yeah.
is the old school me. Yeah, so definitely try and have a backup. I know how
Great.
painful it is when something you've worked on hard goes away.
All right. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I'm sorry, I'm asking. I don't know if you went over this. If this is the same grant as Muslim Kids TV, because we hear from them that there is a grant available for Muslim Kids TV. You can apply for classroom.
Yeah,
Or-
so this is the grant you could use to fund your subscription to Muslim Kids TV. Yes, this is the grant you could use to fund your subscription to Muslim Kids TV. Now, I just did a presentation for everybody here on Muslim Kids TV, and you know, and they might have shared it with many others. So you need to still write a strong grant application that shows how are you as a teacher, or you know, how are you guys going to use it in a unique and innovative way? You know, you still need to make your application stand out.
Okay, and in the website, I see that for course subjects like Islamic studies or Arabic are not part of this. So
It is part of it. It's
it
not
is part of it?
excluded. Yeah, it might not have been listed, but it's not excluded.
Okay.
Islamic studies, Arabic, Quran, physical education, health, math, science, English, lead teacher, everybody can apply.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Jazakumullah.
How do you say your name? How do you say your name?
IC2.
IC2?
Yes.
Okay, IC2. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have I loved the science kit. I really like that. Somebody else explained about STEM, 3D printer. Who else has a cool idea? I know it's a competitive grant, but we have an abundance mindset here, inshallah. And maybe if somebody shares, we could like expand on it.
Assalamu alaikum, if I may. My name is Yulia. I'm in Spring, Texas. And I'm actually office manager, but I do teach all the grades from preschool through the 7th grade. I
Okay.
teach gardening. So I'm planning to apply for expanding
That's
our
so
garden.
cool. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
because it helps the children to learn this extended gratification, right? And nowadays, the kids like want it right now. So gardening helps them to develop patience and, you know, learning about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and just so many,
Mashallah.
you know, benefits. It's hard to list, right? Like,
But sister,
verbally.
definitely like look it up, right? And
Yeah, for
add
sure.
in some of that stuff, because I feel like that's what's going to make your application stand out. Link it to, you know, kind of some of these buzz terms, social emotional learning. And
I do
definitely, you
a
know,
separate class on social emotional learning. That's
Wow.
in
Yeah.
addition in the classroom, where we learn about emotions and what to do with it, and the buckets that need to be filled, the 5 emotional needs and all that. So there is a list of
Mashallah.
resources that I need to expand the classroom as well on that. So I would share, you know, for creative ideas.
I love that
Assalamu
your school
alaikum.
has gardening. That's so cool.
Assalamu alaikum.
Although in Sumaya, although in Texas, I don't know how you guys grow anything, because in this heat, everything burns.
You just have to
Subhanallah.
pick the right items to grow. For example,
Mashallah.
cucumbers
I
in
need
this
you
heat
to
and
come
humidity
visit me in
will not do
Austin.
well, but the cucamelons are awesome. Like just this morning, we were harvesting like little tomatoes and cucamelons and making a salad, and we had different herbs growing. Like you can grow so much in Texas, even in this heat. And then we
so
have 2
cool.
seasons. We are blessed. It's 2 seasons. You have a spring and you have the fall.
That's true. Well, come visit me in Austin, inshallah, when you're here, and you can
Inshallah.
take a look at our pomegranate tree.
Yes,
Sister
Assalamu
Sumaya.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Yes.
assalam.
I would like to really make contact with Sister Julie, because at Muhammad Schools of Atlanta, we have had several grants from the food administration, that we are actually producing stuff for our lunches. So like the children for the past 3 weeks of school, we ate salads just about every day that the children would go out and harvest. So we have a actual working garden at our school. And we also
Mashallah.
have 2 beehives, and we actually produced some honey this past school year.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
Sister Maya.
Is
So-
it appropriate for me to share my email so we can get in touch?
Of
Yes.
course, you guys do that in the chat.
Yes, I
Thank you.
will put my email in the chat.
Guys, these connections are so cool. Like this is exactly, I love this so much, mashallah. And so not only will you maybe get the Empower grant, you'll also learn how to get the Department of Agriculture, DA grants too. That's so awesome. Thank you, Sister Sumaya, for sharing that. And
we
I've
have a-
seen the
we have
work
a
you
Facebook
guys do.
page.
What did you say?
I will give that to her later, but we have a Facebook page that you can actually join.
Yeah. Is that the Firdaus Gardens?
Yes.
Yeah, mashallah. I follow you guys. That's so amazing. Wonderful. What other ideas do you guys have? Well, Sumaya, what idea do you have?
Oh, I was the one that was speaking about the science kits, science and
Oh,
STEM
you-
kits.
Oh, okay, you were. Okay, awesome. That's great. All right, well, we're almost at the top of the hour. Who else has any idea or question? Do you think you have a really cool idea? Suggestion? Maybe it's not for your classroom. Maybe you've got an idea for your classroom that you're not sharing, but you have an idea for others.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Tamala.
I have a couple of ideas and I'm trying to decide which way to go. I'm
Okay.
actually the school administrator, but I do work with pre-K, well, actually the daycare. We even work with 1-year-olds all the way up through 8th grade. And a lot of our kiddos are have English as a second language. So I'm working with them to try to help them develop their English skills. So I was thinking about starting like a school newspaper that could go through the whole community, and that would help them develop their language in a fun way and have columns that kind of mimic the secular world, but in a Islamic format. And being able to produce that, and you know, anything they do, they're so proud to share with their family members and other people in the community. So if they were able to present an actual newspaper that they put together themselves, I think that would be very beneficial on a lot of levels. And then also we had a petting zoo for our younger kiddos at one point, and they expressed a lot of interest in knowing more about animals. So I was thinking that maybe for them, we could do something in animal science, like, you know, like different mammals from the reptiles, from amphibians, and maybe their life cycles and gestation times. And we actually had a Canadian goose 2 years in a row that decided to nest right outside our gym door. And they were very protective of her.
Yeah.
So maybe have them build an enclosure that would be better suited to keep her safe from the elements or anybody who would come by and try to destroy her nest or anything. And then they can start tracking and recording how long, you know, it takes for those eggs to hatch.
So maybe you need like a GoPro, maybe you need money. Well, so the other thing I was thinking about was, I remember there's a lot of classroom pets. So you could do a classroom pet. But as the administrator, like you can't write the application. So you're gonna need your teacher, unless if you're also a teacher.
I am. I bounce from room to room.
Oh, okay. So, but, and the other thing I wanted to say, if you as a teacher or educator teach more beyond pre-K through 8th grade, don't include that don't include the part that goes beyond the scope of the grant eligibility, right? Only talk about what you're gonna do in the eligible grade level. So pre-K through 8th grade. How are you gonna utilize it? And that's on that. Yeah, so there's a few different things, and with the newsletter, you know, like maybe you want to also post it on a blog, on a website, so you need web hosting. Maybe you're going to send it out on Constant Contact through email, and so you're going to need a subscription for that. So those are all different kinds of things that you're going to maybe include in their printing cost and stuff like that. Yeah, that's another innovative method. And again, I would say, you know, add in some of that research, like Google it, add in research about how to support English language learners to make your application stand out. Yes, Sadika.
Oh, Assalamu alaikum. I'm back again. I have a question about how long should be the essay? Is it any very long?
There's specific word. Oh, you know what? I don't know if there's a word count. I don't see it on the PDF that I have, and I haven't gone through the actual, I don't know, Sadika, I'm sorry. I can find out.
No problem. Another question is that, do you have the things you are thinking if you're eligible for that grant, do you have to write it down? Definitely you will write what you are planning to buy from that grant, how you use them, the price also. Like, okay, I was thinking to buy a shelves or one computer. So that much will be the cost to shelf for the safety of the children, and computer definitely technology and, you know, easy for me to communicate with the parents, both things at the same time. So there is no such, okay, write down the price of the things is one, you say yes. The second thing, you don't know how long should be the
I'm so sorry that I don't know. I don't have the answer. I'll try to find out by tomorrow.
Okay, where I will find this application? Is application online available?
Yeah, Sadie, are you looking at the chat? Because I've pasted it here in the chat. So take a look here. Felicity also did it. I'll repost it here in the chat. Okay, and we're gonna send an email.
Am I able to Asad Chaudhry to everyone? This one?
No.
To print it out.
Keep scrolling down. You'll see mine is the last text that I just sent. And the other question you asked, Sadika, my class is closed for the summer. How can I make a video about my class?
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
All
you'll see Majida's Coleman's video and you can, that's an example of what you could do. Okay, guys, I'll take one last question or comment if you have one. Okay, so I want to thank Asad for joining us and sharing more about Muslim Kids TV. Asad, if you want to just drop your email again in the chat, that is his email address for Muslim Kids TV. I'm also going to drop my email address here. It's info@theisla.org. We will be sending out the recording and resources for this tomorrow evening, inshallah. And again, just want to really stress two things. Make sure you apply as soon as possible and make sure you have a complete application. And because we're anticipating many strong applications, do everything you can to stand out in every aspect of your application. So make your video, really meaningful. Use research and data to prove why the things that you want to spend it on are really important. Be organized in how you're describing how you're going to spend the money, and do it soon, if I didn't already say that, right? So thank you all so much for joining us. I pray that Allah give you increase in your resources and time, that He accepts from you all of your efforts to reach out and support our young children, and that you have a restful summer. I know this is like homework for you to do, but once this is done, inshallah, have a restful and rejuvenating summer. You deserve it. Do something fun every day, something that makes you happy and smile. And stay in touch with the ISLA, inshallah, because we'll host, inshallah, soon. In August, probably we'll host a back to school webinar about free resources for your classrooms and lots of other things, training for you before the school year starts on many different topics. So stay in touch, inshallah. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. And I'll conclude with Surah Al-Asr. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you all benefited. Take care.